Oh, hello. Ooh, I'm gonna pop right out onto the floor. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Merry eating. It's time for another diary entry. So let's start. So how have you all been? What have y'all been up to? Are you also going through a bit of an identity crisis like me? Yes, this is a great cheery topic to be talking about this holiday season. My life is pretty daggum good, just like these peanut butter Hershey Kiss cookies would be. But I am finding myself settling into simplicity and mediocrity and being okay with it. All of my life, I've liked doing art. I like making cartoons and telling stories and making stories. And I quite enjoy making story times on this channel. But growing up, I always dreamed to be an illustrator. And now I find it difficult to sit back down and draw again or make fictional stories. Because I feel like as a child growing up in a not perfect environment that I used my stories as an escape. And now that I really like my life, I just don't feel the need to escape. So whereas I used to write stories about pretty heroines gaining magical abilities and a boo and saving the world, now I don't have much interest in those stories, like reading them myself. Anymore, I like to read self-help books and cookbooks and Redditor threads where doctors say the stupidest things that their patients tell them. I'm becoming old. And I know I hate it when people in their 20s say that, but here I am. But I miss being able to sit down and do stories, and I feel like my creative well is running dry. And that's a little saddening. I just really like my life now. I love my job in massage therapy. It's a job where I get to help people. People are always happy to see you. I'm in a loving relationship with a great guy. I'm closer to my family now, it seems, now that I'm older. I feel like I'm finally making friends at work, and it feels like things are settling into place. But I feel like I'm not really an artist anymore. And there's that just dichotomy in my head of I'm boring. And trying to settle into the idea of just being boring. We should get these in the oven. 1 second. So yeah, identity. I know it's a very trivial thing to be so worked up about since I have people around me who love me and I have a roof over my head and I have plenty to eat every day and a job I love, which most people cannot say. But it's just the idea of like, I guess having a lot of creative energy and not knowing what to do with it. Cause it's like I can't enjoy it anymore. Whenever I try to sit down to make something, I just feel this huge wash of shame and guilt at this idea we're growing up. Of course, aunts, uncles, moms, dads, when a kid says, I want to grow up to be a baseball player, or I want to grow up to be an astronaut, or I want to grow up to be an artist. You don't tell them that's impractical, don't try it. And then as children become adults and they realize they can't do it anymore, then there's that cognitive dissonance, and I say they, I mean me. I feel like I can be a massage therapist and just do art as a hobby, but I can't, when I say I can't enjoy it anymore, I feel like when I sit down, I just have all of those thoughts in the back of my head like, oh, can you believe Alice? She's just sponging off her parents and trying to make painting a thing. She's such a leech, and I'm like, oh yeah, what a fiscally irresponsible human being. Not a human, a leech. Oh, how could she live like that? Having tried to make YouTube a job and live with my sister, and I still feel guilt and shame over that. Especially because I lived with her for the first year when she had her firstborn baby, which is, I'm sure parents watching this would know, it's not a walk in the park. And she didn't like lord it over my head or anything, but I just kind of realized in hindsight like, oh, that was of me. I feel like I can't look at the camera talking about this because I'm so embarrassed. So, whenever I try to sit down and make a drawing or write for a book, then I just feel this huge wave of guilt of, this is really pointless and I could be working more hours at my job instead of lollygagging. And it's not that I'm sponging off my boyfriend, our rent is split in half and all that. Like I'm not a sponge anymore, but I just still have that in the back of my head. It's like, why bother drawing? And why bother drawing when there are so many other people out there who also think that they are just these incredible artists? And have you ever considered that you're just another one of the stupid hopefuls that want their stuff to be seen. Not necessarily to be popular or get you rich, but just to be seen. That you're one of the many mediocre artists that just falls in with the rest of the crowd who thinks that they deserve to just show up and have their art looked at. Ugh. I just really don't want to be one of those kids, and I'm afraid every time I sit down and try to make art that I am. I just need to get out of that headspace. Cause if I had a younger sister and she was into art and she made a bunch of cringy YouTube videos too, I wouldn't tell her that what she was doing was stupid. I might think it, but I wouldn't say it. I guess the thing is one of my life goals has always been to make a book or a comic. I think for 2020 I'm actually going to make a resolution for the year to just make a webcomic. Because that seems very short and doable. And then I can just feel good about that and be like, okay, I did the thing, calm down. And not expect it to be looked at by anyone outside friends or family, or that the art will be good, or the story will be necessarily really funny, but just, I did it. That's my goal for the new year. And maybe I can find another creative outlet, like aerial silks, or wood whittling. So yeah, that's my life right now. All is well, but also, I need to get out of my head. All right, my dears, let's finish some cookies. I left those in for too long, but that is okay, and life will be okay. So yeah, thank y'all so much for watching, and I guess whenever I post next, then I will see you. Much love.